Hello and welcome, Devashish and Ishan, both joining us from St. Lucia, India versus Australia. But before India versus Australia, first thoughts, Devashish and Ishan on Afghanistan versus Australia. Ishan, you go first. Have the first bite of the cherry. 7:30, but have you digested it?
Just amazing, Boryata. Just amazing. I think we've always built it up and said that this Afghanistan team is a team that can beat big teams. So just a fantastic team effort all around. I think great captaincy as well. And the difference that they made this time around was they held on to the catches. They were good in the field, and they put up that fight. We in the Bangladesh India game, we mentioned that the Bangladeshi team didn't have that fight. They didn't seem like they had that hunger to go the distance, to go that extra mile, and believe that they can beat India. But this Afghanistan team showed that belief that we can beat Australia, we can do better than them, and they proved it. So it's pretty fascinating. And now I think it's really interesting. The Super 8 stages have really spiced up. It's going to be interesting to see what happens now. India versus Australia is going to be a big one.
Devashish, you're on mute.
Afghan. It's
Yeah.
it's all about Afghan jalebi. Means obviously means what an incredible turnaround means by Afghanistan means to be beating of Australia and who do you leave out means beat Ramanullah Gurbaz at the top, Ibrahim Jadran, Navinul Haq, Gulbuddin Naya. What a spell! Means I would reckon it would be regarded as one of the best T20 spells. 4 overs on a trot, 20 runs, 4 wickets. What more you ask for? And Afghanistan definitely will beat Bangladesh. But if India goes on to beat Australia by a big margin, Australia might be knocked out, and that to me would be the best thing to have ever happened. Means for me that the best thing for me if in this World Cup will be if India goes on to beat Australia by a big margin, and Afghanistan we expect them to beat Bangladesh.
Okay, so Shagnik has already joined us. Omorto has joined us. Our usual suspects have all started to join. Shagnik says Mama rocks. Omorto is saying, is Shanto the dumbest captain in the World Cup? First of all, he played with an extra batter, won the toss and gave India batting on a good batting wicket. Lastly, he's giving the slow bowlers in front of Dubey, slow left-arm bowlers in front of Dubey. Ishan, take that.
Yeah, I think he played according to the strengths of the Indian team, and on that wicket, I feel it was a bad decision to actually the a decision that he took. So I think and against Dubey as well, he's very comfortable against spin. So playing to his strengths really affected that Bangladesh team's chances. So I think dumbest captain in this World Cup. I don't know if that's a nice way to put it, but probably not the smartest. I think you can rephrase that and just say not the smartest captain in the World Cup. But yeah, I mean it's poor captaincy. At the end of the day, I think you want to captain the side well. You want to make those tactical decisions which will help your team's chances. And if you falter from the very beginning, if you falter from the toss itself, then how do you expect to catch up? After that, it's you're going to just be all you'll be doing is playing catch up, and that's what happened with that Bangladesh team.
Devashish, everybody wanted to know yesterday that when you went back to the press box, Mama, I just want to know exactly. This is the question everybody wants to know. When you went back, what happened with the Bangladesh journalist? Shagnik has asked.
Zagnik, let me just say, when I entered the press conference after the Bangla live and the Hindi live, I wonder what was the Bangladesh media doing in the press conference room. They were all dumb faced, and they looked quite dejected. Means and obviously they were not answering not questioning Paras Pamre. They were waiting, but wonder what will happen to them. Means obviously so much was spoken about before the match. Yes, we will do that, we will do this, and 17 of them turned up, but eventually they will go to St. Lucia. They will go hiding now. They should go hiding. Means obviously they will come back again in Barbados for the final. Wonder they should choose to go to Dhaka instead of flying to Barbados. But then, having said that, India were always overwhelming favorites against Bangladesh. So I had no doubts whatsoever, and that is what happened.
So, did they speak to you at all when you went back?
Yes, yes. I for one met a couple of them. I said, well played, but they clearly could not digest. Means when I said well played, well played Bangladesh.
Ishan, he's rubbing it in. This is very, very unfortunate. Afghanistan is far better than Pakistan. Dhruv Mitra. Ishan, take that. You're on mute.
Yes, Afghanistan in this World Cup for sure. But talking about, if you look at both these teams, probably Pakistan still have the edge at some level. But Afghanistan is that team which is definitely catching up. They've got some quality players that we've seen. But in this World Cup for sure, Afghanistan is far better than Pakistan. Overall, I would possibly disagree and say that Pakistan team does have more quality. They're just not using them. Devashish is nodding his head, but I feel, in my opinion, they're not using their application too well. They have a quality team. They're not coming together in the way in the way that they should. And on the other hand, this Afghanistan team is coming together as one unit, which is making the difference. Talent-wise, I would still give Pakistan a notch above Afghanistan, yeah. But Afghanistan team has just played better cricket. Devashi.
Devashish?
Yeah, I would differ in a way. Means obviously in T20 format, Afghanistan is a better side than Pakistan. Look at their records. Means obviously and the form they are in at the current moment. In current form, Afghanistan will beat Pakistan hands down. And obviously, then look at the contribution from Gurbaj and Jadran, 3 century partnership in a tournament. What more can you ask for? Look at the pace attack. Fazal Haq, Faruqi, Navinul Haq. They have been delivering for Afghanistan. Look at their spin attack. Mohammad Nabi Rashid Khan. What more can you ask for? Look at Gulbadin Naim. So in current form, in this World Cup, I would say Afghanistan is a far better side, superior side than Pakistan.
Okay, this is actually getting heated up in the comment section. Afghanistan has replaced Pakistan as second best Asian teams in terms of performance. Sports fan. Uh, then who says this? Dhruv Mitra. Last year, Afghanistan beat England and Pakistan. This year, they beat New Zealand and Australia. Australia or Afghanistan? Who will reach the semi-finals? What does your gut say, Ishan?
The gut still says Australia. This Australian team is strong. They'll always find a way to come back. The Afghanistan team have played splendidly well, but the gut is saying Australia, Boreta. The gut is saying Australia because this team knows how to win. This team knows how to push through when the times get difficult. So it's a bunch of experienced players as well. I would like to see Afghanistan in that top four. I would love to see them in that top four, but I feel Australia will pull through somehow.
Yeah, let's just give the scenarios. The Australian net run rate at the moment is 0.22 plus 0.22. Afghanistan's is minus 0.65. So clearly, Afghanistan will need a big win against Bangladesh if Australia beats India. If Australia loses to India, then all Afghanistan will need is a win against Bangladesh and they should be fine. So India will need to beat Australia to give Afghanistan that opportunity. And in doing so, they can avenge the 2023 World Cup final. Devashish Sen, in St. Lucia, what is the weather like? What are conditions? What are you expecting? And do you think India can do this?
Yeah, there is a bit of there is a forecast of SARS Buriada in Saint Lucia, and we woke up in the morning and it was overcast. So hopefully it does not rain. But then the good news for Afghanistan is that they are playing the second game. So actually, if India goes on to beat Australia, they can actually watch what is the scenario like. They are playing the second game in Saint Vincent. Um, uh, so I think, but then the first thing first, India has to beat Australia, and in doing so, India might as well have two purposes solved. One is to avenge the defeat, avenge the loss in the World Cup final, and also knocking out Australia from that thing, because Australia, we all know, can be a dangerous side. Who knows? They might go on to the final. So but then India's biggest challenge will be against England. I think England will definitely win against USA. So India, England semi-final. We know we were both there in 2022. What happened? It was a comprehensive win. So hopefully it does not get repeated this time round.
Ishan, people are saying who will reach from the other group? What are you sort of likely scenarios? I'll take Onit's question in a bit, but West Indies versus South Africa, do or die. Who will reach from that group? Dhruv Mitra.
Well, I think, in my opinion, it should be South Africa, and probably, probably I'll go with West Indies as well. I think South Africa, West Indies have
So
a
no
good.
England.
No, I'll probably not say England. I'll go with West Indies and South Africa. West Indies because they have that perfect T20 combination going for them. They might pull through. South Africa, they're playing some good cricket. England as well, but I would still go with West Indies and South Africa. I think these two have that extra bit of firepower, which will see them through in that group and take them through to that top four.
Devashish, England not making it?
No, no, they will win comprehensively against USA. USA cannot means obviously with all due respect to USA, the brand of cricket they played, but then England will propose to be a tough opponent. Means we know what they can like, and obviously the biggest motivation for England to be in that semi-final of the T20 World Cup. So I think England have a fair chance along with South Africa.
So England and South Africa says Devashish. Ishan says West Indies and South Africa. What are you guys saying? Write in, write in. Let's take all your questions. Lots of questions already coming. Plenty of questions actually. Who's this? Ayush Jindal, Devashish Mama, is there any issues with your accreditation? No, why should there be any issue? Shubhan said this or what? There is no issue with any accreditation, Ayush. So don't worry. Devashish, you want to say anything on that? No.
No, nothing, no issues.
No issues whatsoever. I mean, I think Shubhayan said something like that, that Mama was a little tense about his accreditation getting lost or something like that. No, Ayush, there's no problem whatsoever. There's absolutely no problem. Anit Shadhu says, Kuldeep Yadav reaction after dismissal has triggered Bangladeshi journalists. Watching their TV show in the morning was delightful. Are Bapre, I have not seen this. Ishan, have you had any whiff of this? And Bangladeshi journalists, they should just keep quiet for the moment. Yes, their team is letting them down. Why are they showing such reactions and they're going after Kuldeep Yadav? But also that Tanzim reaction to Virat Kohli, I thought it was okay. Virat gives
Yeah.
it to people, got it back. Thoughts about it?
Definitely, I think all of this tends to happen in the play of game, and when you're playing an intense game at the moment, when it's equally matched out, your emotions tend to come out in a way where you might feel it's a little bit extra, but it's fine. I think this is sport. It's an emotion-driven game as well. You will get those times where you feel that extra bit of emotion that might just come out, which is completely fine. And like you mentioned in the past as well, Virat Kohli has been seen doing it to a lot of other players in that heat of the moment as well. So if you're willing to give it, you should be willing to take it back as well. So 100% it's completely fine, and that's what keeps the game interesting as well. You want some sort of aggression, you want some sort of emotion that is shown. You don't want two teams just playing a competitive game with no sort of emotion that's coming out. So at times it keeps the game interesting, at times it shows that both teams are passionate and all the players part of these teams are passionate to win.
Okay, this is a good one. Ayush Jindal, Kuldeep reaction on airport to Devashish Mama was the moment of the day. Mama, you are the most loved, cute journalist. I also love you. Rohan, Chopnil, Rahul, whoever is at the back end, can we play that airport reaction? If you can play that airport reaction, this guy says, Ayush says, Devashish, you are the most loved, cute journalist. I also love you. Devashish, you've become a cult.
No. Means obviously I get along well with these Indian players, and everyone is quite lovable. I mean, I enjoy covering them. Means I have not missed, and I definitely will not miss. I can vouch for it. Will not miss a single practice session, and that is how you get closer to the players. Means obviously they also follow. They also keep a close eye. Who are the journalists coming and covering? Who are the journalists missing it, skipping the practice sessions? So they keep a close watch, and obviously they see me everywhere. So that's the means obviously, and I love covering the Indian cricket team. Means and thanks for giving me the opportunity to coming all the way. I have also tweeted means and the back end team has been superb, right from Trisha, Rohan, Swapnil, Rahul. Everyone has been brilliant. Means round the clock they have been editing the videos, getting it posted, and Subayan and Rohit also, they have been always giving the leadway as to what is happening, because we are not getting to watch the matches most of the, in fact none of the matches here in Caribbean, because none of these the apartments we are staying have facilities for live telecast. So we are relying on our back end team to give us the inputs. And it's overall it has been fascinating, but still a few hours. I mean, obviously, I would have loved to interact with a few legends in Antigua, but that was not the case. Now I'm in Saint Lucia, so a lot to look forward to.
Okay, plenty of questions. Dhruv says, I want an autograph from Mama. So, Ishan, you make sure that happens. Omorto says, I was watching the live watch along of Bangladeshi channels and they were crazy. Amarto, give us more. Give us more of this. What were they saying? What, when you say crazy, what were they doing? They were breaking televisions, jumping up and about, doing what? I mean, ki bolche. And I hope they are not saying India has cheated. India did not cheat. There was not one contentious decision. Are they blaming their own players, team, selection committee, board, what? Give us some more, Amarto. We need to know. Dhruv, where is the squad for the Zimbabwe series? The moment it's done, Rohit and Shubhan will go live. We will go live. Don't you worry. But what I'm hearing, Riyan Parag definitely making the team. I'm putting this on record. Riyan Parag, Abhishek Sharma, and Yash Dayal are the three names that I'm hearing will make the team to Zimbabwe. So you can watch out for Riyan Parag, and I'm delighted for Riyan Parag. I know what Parag and Michu have gone through in trying to bring up Riyan in the manner they have. I know what it means to the family. I know Mitu very, very well, and they deserve all the credit for bringing Rian up. So it will be a fabulous, fabulous call up if Rian Parag gets that opportunity. From what I hear, Rian Parag, Abhishek Sharma, and Yash Dayal will make that team to Zimbabwe, which will be a great opportunity for these three youngsters to go to Zimbabwe. The team should be announced. Should be announced. I have heard it was today, so we have to wait and see whether that happens or not. But definitely. Siddharth, sir, your advice on how India should approach tomorrow's match? Afghanistan's win wasn't a fluke. India needs to exploit Australian weakness. Ishan, you take that before I take it.
So the approach that the Indian team should take, I think, is to just continue on with what they're doing, and the Aussies will obviously come out hard at them. The Australians are known to play an aggressive brand of cricket, a strong brand of cricket. So the Indian team will have to look to replicate that in the same way. There was intense shown with Virat Kohli and Rohit Sharma in the top of the order against Bangladesh. That has to continue. You need to set the tone early on. So these two will have to get going, and of course, that rest of middle order will have to fire. Someone like Surya Kumar Yadav, who is in decent form, who's shown good promise this World Cup, will need to fire against a big team like Australia. It's important now that they continue on this momentum, but apply that against a bigger team. You won against Bangladesh, you won against probably smaller teams, but now the real test starts now, and it's this moment where you'll have to push on and continue seeing the team through. So I think that intent has to be shown. Obviously, if the intent is strong, if the intent is fiery, then the Australians are definitely in some trouble. But in my opinion, Boryada, this Australia team is going to come back really, really strong. This is a team, if you push them to the wall, they're going to come back really strong at you. So after that loss against Afghanistan, this team for sure is going to come back really strong, and you can expect some sort of fireworks in this game.
Devashish, you have to take this before I go to the airport visuals. Amarto writes, Rahul, play that comment. The guy who was doing the watch along was saying, Eibar DRS ka tamper korbe. When the DRS decision was a little late from the umpire side, it was Kuldeep's first wicket. So they are still saying that India cheated. Devashish, take this. You're on mute.
The problem with this Bangladeshi media is they won't accept defeat with grace. Means obviously every time complaining, every time coming up with some sort of things means obviously accept. Please accept that you failed miserably against India rather than complaining about DRS. Means play your cricket, means tell your captain to take the right decisions. You winning the toss and bowling first, obviously giving leeway to Shivam Dubey to come back to form. Means what more can you ask for? And so please stop screaming. Better go back to home and concentrate on your cricket. Try and win the match against Afghanistan before complaining about DRS against India. So, and it has been happening for long time now, since 2015 to Nidas Trophy, and they always cry. Means whenever they are at the receiving end, they always come up with some such sort of things. So, but then
The excuses don't really work. Ishan, take this. I mean, Himanshu Rajput. Okay, this is actually a test question. So says, will Sarfaraz make it when Rishabh Pant is in the team? This is not the time to take this, Himanshu, but Rishabh Pant will certainly make the team. Let me tell you that he's going to be India's biggest plus in Australia. If you think of the last two series, he was India's biggest match winner. Whether in the 2008, after that Adelaide 36 all out, that series, the way he batted against Nathan Lyon was brilliant. So no mistake on that. Sports fan, like Maxwell scores against Afghanistan, Travis Head has been a nightmare for India. How to dismiss him early? This is an important question. Bharat Ramraj has the answer, but Ishan, you take that.
Travis said, I think so. What I've noticed in the IPL is that early on, that's where you can get him out early. The ball when swinging early on, he's normally under some pressure. So I think it's important to get him out early. Look to swing him out early. If he gets going, if he's in for a couple of overs, if he starts playing some shots, it's going to be very difficult to stop him then. So the key over here is to swing it early. Look to make him play as much as possible. Once you start making him play as much as possible, he's going to look to attack you, and when he's in that process of attacking you, that's when the chances of getting him out is the most probable. So I think look to swing it up early, look to get the ball moving and get him out as soon as possible before he's in that game and before he actually settles in.
Somebody says, I work for Steamatch. I wish out of the $920,000, Steamatch gave me half. If he does, I'll give you half of that. Don't worry. Mindset. Boria works for Steamatch. I'll give you access to my bank accounts. Out of the $920,000 that he's asked for, if he gives me 450, I'll share 225,000 with you. So you'll get a crore. Don't worry about it. Dream for it. And pray that I get it. So that's about it. What's your thought on Afghanistan middle order choke again? I thought that 150 was actually a good total. Arun Jha asked this question, Devashish.
Yeah, obviously, when you are 118 for one, means losing those 5 wickets for 23 runs, and they should have felt that they were a bit short, means at least a 15-20 runs short. Means 118 for one in 15.5 overs, and you hope that they would make it count. But that was not. It was a great comeback with Cummins taking that hat trick. But then, talking about Australia, I would like to say once again the key for India will be the spinners, and Kuldeep Yadav for me will hold the cards for India against Australia in St. Lucia, where the conditions will again be favoring the slow bowlers. So Kuldeep Yadav for me will hold the trump, and he has been delivering since he started playing in the Caribbean League. So and also given that Ravindra Jadeja in the last match he was bowled he bowled 3 overs. So the Indian spinners will hold the key, but whether Yuzvendra Chahal might sneak a chance, I don't think so. I don't think India will tinker with the winning combination since they have been doing well.
Okay, so Alvin Charles says, Boria sir, you're the only reason to watch and subscribe Sports Today from beginning. No longer Sports Today. I wish them well. Every platform has a place, but kindly subscribe to Rev Sports Bangla, Rev Sports Hindi, and of course to Rev Sports and to our Twitter handle. Follow at the rate Rahul. Put it on here, please. At the rate Rev Sports Global. We lost our account. We lost our subscribers there, but we've set up a new account, and with your love and affection and support, we'll get it back. And the best coverage. Today on Olympic Day, look at it. We put out a Saurabh Ghoshal interview on Olympic Day. I did a piece with Abhinav Bindra in the morning, which Abhinav very kindly retweeted and posted. We've done an interview with Abhinav Bindra and Christian Clough, the Public Affairs Director, Corporate Affairs Director of the IOC, which we are putting out tomorrow, where he talks at length about the Olympic opening ceremony and what to expect from there. We are launching a Paris ground update at 6 p.m. In fact, you will get to see that. Paris ground update 1 month to go, where the Eiffel Tower already has the rings. So that will be there. And thanks to Thumbs Up for that. Thanks to Tata Steel for their support for the Abhinav Christian Clough show. So multi-sport. I'm going to do a show with Deepika Kubari because qualifying for the Olympic Games as a mother, what does that mean for her and the family? Otonu not there, but Deepika making it. So every sport you will have here. Who asked this question? Alvin Charles. So thank you very much for that. Which player will be the biggest threat? Indian team versus Australia. Himanshu Rajput. Ishan, take that.
The biggest threat, I think, seeing the last game, I think I'd go with Glenn Maxwell. Glenn Maxwell is a big match player himself. He's shown some form. So once he's in that momentum, once he's set in, I think it's going to be difficult to get him out. He's obviously not had a great IPL, but somehow when he's playing for Australia, he brings out his best. So I think the Indian team will have to really be careful about Glenn Maxwell here, because Glenn Maxwell can take the game away from you. You don't want him to settle in, of course, and the firepower with that bowling lineup as well, Boria. They're extremely strong. They have Travis Head as well. So this is a strong side, but I'll put my money on Glenn Maxwell. He might be the biggest threat after showing some form, and we all know what he can do in a T20 game. He can really rip the other team apart. So look to get him out as early as possible.
Deepan Day, will South Africa finally play a World Cup final this time? Devashish, how have you seen the South Africans? Uh, who's saying this? Flicks, quick flicks, hub. Good evening, Boryada and Team Rev Sports. Yes, same to you, partner. Good evening. Ayush Jindal, cutie Devashish Mama. I'm learning Bengali so that I can see your Bengali videos. Wonderful. Please learn and subscribe to the Bengali platform as well. And you can see Mama in full flow. Will South Africa play a World Cup final? Devashish, thoughts?
Don't really know Buryada because they have always choked in. They have always really choked in big knockout stages. So yes, South Africa, in all probability, might be pitted up against Australia, and that to me, because India, if India goes on to win against Australia, they might eventually top the group. So in that case, India might play England, and Australia might be drawn against South Africa. So in that case, South Africa
So you are
might
also
want.
saying it will be India and Australia.
Hopefully, I think it will be India and Australia once again. Once again.
So not Afghanistan. So Devashish is sort of suggesting that not Afghanistan, because and he has a logic. Both Ishan and Devashish, Australia are wounded tigers at the moment, and they'll come hard. They will come hard at India. Devashish, what is the weather like? Will there be a game? Should we all expect a game, because it was rumored that there could be plenty of rain, washout, etc. What is the exact update at the moment? I mean, yes, still 24 hours to go, and people asking if India will practice. Do you have any update on India practice?
No, the Indian practice session in Saint Lucia has been called off. Means yesterday when we were at the airport, during that time we received a message in the BCCI group where it stated that the Indians won't be training. Obviously, disappointment for us. Obviously, when we were in Antigua, then, we were lucky. We were fortunate. We were only a handful of them in Antigua, but here in Saint Lucia, almost all the Indian media is present here, and so bit of disappointment that Indian team is not training today. They also will not have a press conference. Australian team is also not training today. So not much activity happening with regard to both Australian and Indian team. Neither of the teams are training. Neither of the team have their press conferences. So bit of a dampener.
Okay, so let's play the airport visuals. I mean, so you guys have 10 more minutes. I'll play the airport visuals. Plenty of questions coming. For example, Omorto has asked Quick Flicks Hub, Dipan, Guin, Alvin Charles. Any comment on Roko? Lots of questions. I'll both go to Devashish and Ishan on the question. But Rahul, if you've got the visuals ready from the airport, exclusive visuals, which Ishan and Devashish had brought to us this morning, can we play those visuals, please? Nice. So these are the airport visuals that we were talking about. Thank you, Rahul. Thank you. And can you get to the Kuldeep part? Can you get to that Kuldeep part on Devashish? If you can get that Kuldeep part out. Only that Kuldeep part. Fast forward to that Kuldeep part and show us that. Because we have to make a story. So there you go, Kuldeep once again saying Mama and Mohammad Siraj. There are questions on Mohammad Siraj. Ishan, take this. Mohammad Siraj for Ashdeep Singh, or are you happy with Ashdeep Singh?
I'll stick with Arshdeep Singh at the moment, Buryada. I don't think we should make any changes right now, especially when you're playing a big game against Australia. Arshdeep has done enough to stay in the side. He's bowled reasonably well. He's picked up wickets. He might have conceded some runs, but I wouldn't replace him because of this at the moment. He's not had a horrible World Cup of any sorts to be replaced. Mohammad Siraj is someone who should be playing in the side at the moment, but obviously, with the playing 11 combinations, I think Arshdeep and Bumrah are the best way to go. Both of these two will be the biggest threats to the Australian batting lineup as well. More so Bumrah, but Arshdeep Singh as well has done enough, and he's bowled well. I think if he gets the ball to move early on, if he can generate something off the conditions, he can be a real threat for the Australian openers.
Folks, I know a lot of you are watching this, plenty of questions coming. I'm not being able to keep pace, but I hope all of you have subscribed. Please subscribe to the platform. We've lost our Facebook and Twitter account on the same day it got hacked. So we need your support. We need your support. You all are seeing the kind of effort that, the whole team puts in. Ishan and Devashish at the forefront in the Caribbean. There's an entire back-end team here in Kolkata. You will see the same effort in Zimbabwe, where Rohit Juglan will be there. You will see the effort in Paris, where plenty of us will be there. All of us will be there. You will see a lot of effort going in. So kindly subscribe to the Rev Sports platform, to Rev Sports Hindi, to Rev Sports Bangla, because we bring in regional content, we bring in English content, and to our Twitter handle at the rate Rev Sports Global. So my request to all of you, kindly subscribe to the platform and ring the notification bell, because that way you all will know when we are going live, and some really nice color stories. Today, the Antigua Barbuda tourism department loved that story on the Jolly Beach, and that was good to see that the tourism department from Antigua and Barbuda, they loved the story that Ishan and Devashish had put out. Amartya Chakraborty, can we talk more about Bumrah? What a bowler! Yes, what a bowler! Devashish, Ishan, both of you take it. Ishan, you go first.
Splendid, splendid. I think just he's probably reached a different league and a level at the moment. He's always been a fantastic bowler, but I think this World Cup he's really owned his position. He's really stamped his authority, and he's been like the backbone for this Indian team, and especially Rohit Sharma. If that team is in any sort of difficulty of not being able to get a wicket, not being able to get a breakthrough, for Rohit Sharma it's very easy to just be like, let's just go to Bumrah. Let's go to Bumrah. Let's go to Bumrah yet again. And that's what he has for this team. I think Bumrah has that sense of assurity that he will deliver for you. And just, I think he's hardly conceded any boundaries. I think just 4 or 5 in this whole World Cup. So he's definitely on a different league at the moment. And he seems to be getting better and better. So I think this Indian team has really benefited off this good form that Bumrah has shown. And that's what you need. You want your premier fast bowler as well, delivering for you, getting you the wickets, and that's what makes all the difference, Boria. I think you set the tone right. You can get those early wickets. You can get those wickets in the end overs, and you can really choke the other team where they find it really difficult to possibly come back in the game, and that's what Bumrah has done.
Last sort of 8-10 minutes on the show. Plenty more questions coming on it. Fake Aadhaar card going on in Bengal Pro T20. I've not heard that. Let's back the tournament. I mean, I had said some days back because of the heat that if they could change the 1 p.m. time, but otherwise, it's very important that all of us back that tournament. Very important we back that tournament, because ultimately a lot of Bengal players are getting an opportunity. I was watching some time back the match that just finished. Priyanshu Srivastav played very well for the Rashmi Wizards. Manoj Tiwari's team got about 170 odd. So the tournament is now in the business end. Yes, it is very important for both men and women. Trisha is following it very closely as far as the women's T20 goes. Kashish Agarwal has played a solid couple of hands for her team. Dhara Gujjar has played some really good knocks. So it's good to see. It's good to see. I know Trisha sort of backs Dhara and Kashish big time, and I've also watched a number of games. So it's very important to back the Bengal Pro T20. In fact, our sponsors, Shrachi Sports, they have a team there. They have a team there, the Rar Tigers. So we've sort of and in fact tomorrow I will possibly go and watch the match at the Eden Gardens, one of the games. So that's my plan. I want to go and with the team go and watch one of the games. So my point is, leave these controversies apart. We will send our team to CFL, the Kolkata Football League. It starts day after with a match between Mohammedan Sporting and Wari, and we will put out the highlights. Our colleague Anil Chatterjee, his platform Extra Time will broadcast them. The matches are on Z 24 Ghanta. We've asked for highlights. If we get them, and we will put out the highlights on Rev Sports Bangla. So that's the idea. Back every sport, whether it is a big team, small team, non-derby match, back every sport. Rahul Giri, Rohan Chaudhary, Snehashish Mukherjee, Shotnil Mukherjee will also go and cover the Bengal, the Calcutta Football League. Last few questions. অমর তো বলছে মনোজ তিওয়ারি এখনো খেলছে, হ্যাঁ ভাই খেলছে দাদা। whether Australia took Afghanistan too lightly, quick flicks hub, do you think there was a bit of an arrogance, Devashish, a bit of an arrogance on the part of Australia?
It was clinical. I will say it was clinical on the part of Afghanistan, given that the way they started the partnership, the century partnership, Ramanullah Gurbaz and Ibrahim Jadran. Yes, there were a few letdowns by the Australian team. Ashton Agar dropping catches. David Warner also spilled a catch. Cummins could have got 4 out of 4. That stumping opportunity missed of Ramanullah Gurbaz when he was on 41. Matthew Wade missing the stumping. So it was not a great day for Australia. But saying that, you cannot take anything away from Afghanistan. They were clinical, given the opening partnership of 118 runs. Then that spell from Gulbuddin Naib. Obviously, they have been brilliant. And let's credit Afghanistan, for the win, rather than talking about of Australia's not taking seriously.
Okay, so the Indian women need 216 to win in the third ODI to make it 3-0 against South Africa. Laura Woolbart 61 of 57, Deepti Sharma 2 wickets for 27 runs. So Harmanpreet Kaur's team, could they make it 3-0 and sort of stamp their authority on this particular series? The last match was interesting. South Africa chased down 325, got to 321, hundreds from Marizan Cap and Laura Woolbart. So make it very, very interesting. But the Indians held on. Pooja Vastrakar bowling a beautiful last over to win that game for India. Can they make it 3-0? So that's something that's we are going to also keep an eye on. Last few questions. Let's go to Ishan with this one. Marcus was a bit arrogant. His expressions for Gurbaz was quite fiery. Somebody's asking, Ishan, this is an interesting. Why Maxwell doesn't deliver in IPL but plays well for Australia?
I think that's a question I think all of us would like to, want that question to be answered. It's a mystery. It really is a mystery. Even I've always wondered somehow, for this RCB team, he's not been able to deliver. But whenever he plays for Australia, those performances come out. You don't know. I mean, you're not sure why, but clearly that, when he's in that Australian colours, there's another switch. It's a different gear that he probably gets into, which is the reason why he manages to score so many runs and on such a consistent basis. Whereas in the IPL, maybe he's just not found the right gear, or he's having a difficult time adjusting to the conditions. You don't know. I think only Maxwell might be able to properly tell you why he's not been able to deliver in the IPL and do so well for his national side here. But I think that, to be honest, Boria, that's just that extra switch, it's that extra gear which you go into when you're playing for your country, which happens.
Devashish, take that.
Who do you think will be the X factor for India? Yeah, I would say it will be Hardik Pandya once again. Hardik Pandya has been brilliant. Yes, obviously Jasprit Bumrah has been spearheading the bowling attack. He has been phenomenal. Rishabh Pant has scored runs. Surya Kumar has also looked good in this tournament. Virat and Rohit Sharma with the intent. But for me, what lies, if you are considering an X factor, Hardik Pandya with his bowling, and also the way he scored that 50 against Bangladesh. So for me, the X factor will be Hardik Pandya for India.
Last one. Ishan, take this. Why ICC has not kept a reserve day, and what does this mean? Does this mean India has to really push on tomorrow and win? Because with that rain threat, you don't want to keep a chance there, because if the other group, whoever comes your way, and if India loses to Australia, will there be a problem there? I mean, do you want to sort of really seal it and take that rain threat away, or eliminate from the second semi-final that even if there is rain, India makes it? So take that question. Why no reserve day? Is that a concern? And does that make tomorrow's match for India equally important?
It does. I think every match is important, Murada, and tomorrow's match as well is equally important. No reserve day is obviously a concern here. So the Indians, when they go out and play the game, I think they'll obviously have that in the back of their mind that every game from here on we have to win, and we don't want to put anything to chances. You're playing a World Cup, you don't want to leave anything to chance, and the best thing to do is to go out and try and win as many games as possible from your end. Everyone's talking about this Pakistan team that the rain came in, they couldn't get through. But the reason that happened is because they didn't play good cricket to begin with. So why leave it to chance? Go out there, play good cricket, win as many matches as possible, then you have nothing to worry about, in my opinion.
I'll end there. I'll end there once again with the request, with the suggestion, with the request that kindly subscribe to the Twitter handle at the rate Rev Sports Global. Kindly subscribe to the YouTube channel and to the Hindi channel Rev Sports Hindi, Bangla, Rev Sports Bangla, and to the Facebook page Rev Sports Bangla, because Ogni and I, we keep doing the Ogni Boria conversations. Tomorrow morning we will see doing it again. We will see the Australia versus India match. We will build up on Rev Sports Bangla, and we will do a physical show, Bangla and Hindi and English tomorrow. So plenty coming your way. Plenty coming your way on the Rev Sports platforms. The business end of the tournament, final 7 days of the tournament. So really plenty of coverage coming your way. Trust you me, subscribe to our platforms and we will give you the best possible sport. There's a very special interview that will happen this evening. You will see that tomorrow. You will see that tomorrow. Very special interview will come your way tomorrow. Hopefully it happens this evening and we will get that for you. Guys, like, share and subscribe for the exclusive coverage and efforts of Rev Sports team and QT Devashish Chacha. Devashish, let's to end. Chacha or Mama, which one do you prefer?
Mama any day.
See, he's given the verdict. I will pass it on to Rishabh Pant. Ishan, when you meet Rishabh, I'll also tell Rishabh that it's Mama, not Chacha, not Chacha
It's
for him.
Mama, definitely.
It's universal Mama.
Kuldeep also, if you hear the video, Kuldeep went in saying, Mama ka jalwa kuch alag hi hai. But Surya always keeps calling me Dada. Means what I noticed, Surya never calls me Mama. He calls me every time Dada.
Rahul, can you have that Kuldeep part? I want to see this Jalwa part. Just show us that video once before I close. Mama ka Jalwa. We will do a video with Rishabh, Kuldeep, all of these compilations. Yeah, let's watch the videos. There you go, Kuldeep Yadav, Mama Ka Jalwa, brilliant. On that note, 42 minutes on the show. These two fellows need to have breakfast, so let them go. We'll be back. We'll be back shortly. As I said, plenty of coverage coming your way. Lots of stories to come from the Caribbean. Ishan Shah and Devashish Sen, thank you very much for joining us. To all our viewers, subscribe, share, and do whatever needs to be done. To our backend team, Rahul, Rohan, Shopnil, everyone at the backend, thank you very much for producing the show. See you soon and take care.